You have to laugh. There is no other option. You really have to laugh.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:38 it is. When you hear the word bossy, do you think of me or Lorraine? I mean, a man or a woman?
Some of the most successful women in the world, from Beyoncé to Victoria Beckham, say it's time to ban the word bossy because it discourages girls from being ambitious.
I think the word bossy is just a swasher.
Being labeled something matters.
By middle school,
girls are less interested in leadership than boys.
Their success reaches all corners of the globe, but call any of these women bossy and you'll be given short shrift. Beyoncé and other high achievers are championing a new campaign to ban the B word and inspire girls to become leaders. Victoria Beckham is also supporting the cause, telling her 7 million Twitter followers a man in charge may be described as commanding. However, a woman in the same situation may be called bossy. As the former Spice Girl herself might say, this campaign is all about girl power.
I'm not bossy. I'm the boss.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a boss.
I wouldn't
she
argue.
is. Now, someone who knows plenty about women in power in the workplace is Anne Summers' boss, Jacqueline Gold. Jacqueline, it's really good to see you.
Morning.
What do you think about this? Do you think it's fair that women tend to get called bossy rather than assertive or standing up for themselves?
Well, I really love this campaign. I mean, I don't think you can actually ban the word.
No.
You can't ban a word, but it certainly does highlight a genuine concern. I mean, I have a 4.5-year-old daughter who you know. And, you know, she's very confident, and I think we should be nurturing that, not tagging words like bossy to discourage that. And that's what concerns me, because I think I saw figures that suggested that by the time girls reach secondary school, they're 3.5 times more likely to have lower self-esteem than boys.
Well, little boys get called bossy as well as little girls. It's not just a girl thing, is it?
Yeah, I think it's more. I think it's more associated
I don't think
with women.
We boys bossy. Like sometimes you'll see, you know, even in kindergarten, they'll say things like, oh, "That's the right little bossy one," and she's only like a toddler.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they say it about a boy.
And maybe in kindergarten it's endearing the way it's said, but I think later in life it becomes something, you know, I don't want to be associated with from a girl's perspective. And I think they're saying, you know, by the age of 12, girls are less likely to want to be leaders.
And is that because they would maybe they're worried that they will be called these negative terms?
I think so. And you know, when I look at in the workplace now and we see that there are less women on boards and women are paid less than men doing the same roles in many cases, you know, there's a lack of confidence in negotiating salaries. We need to be nurturing. I'd love to see something that, you know, changes the way we bring our daughters up in schools right from an early age.
What, were you called bossy when you were younger?
Probably. Bossy and proud.
Yeah. It's about getting role models like yourself,
Absolutely.
you know, Karen Brady, but then you sort of start to run out, you know, you sort of think, well, you know, there's not that many of you, when you can name so many other men, but you can't with women.
You're absolutely right. There really are not enough role models. You know, we need to see more women in industry. We need to see positive role models in government. You know, I think it's absolutely vital. I think this is a great campaign.
It just makes people, well, the thing is we're talking about it, makes people talk about it, makes people think about it perhaps differently, and maybe the word bossy will change, you know, in that context.
It's interesting though, you know, most of the people that have got in touch with us are women. And most of the ones on this page anyway are saying the same thing, saying this is ridiculous, where will it stop? You can't ban a word just because some don't like the use of it or because it's negative. And then Samantha says, may as well ban every adjective going. They all upset people sometimes. If you don't want to be called bossy, don't be bossy.
Yeah.
But is it whether or not
Yeah.
But it's what but
Yeah.
But it's what but
Yeah.
It is what but you are actually being bossy. You know, that's the thing. It's the different label, isn't it?
What does bossy mean? You know, it's like saying, well, you're in charge and I don't like it. You know, I think it isn't a negative, or it might not have to be a negative.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's really what I'm trying to say. And I agree, Alid, you can't ban a word. But I agree, Alid, you can't ban a word. But I agree, Alid, you can't ban a word. But I think this may be the way we bring girls up, you know, from our, 5-year-olds or when they start school could be addressed differently.
Sure. Thank you. It's fascinating. Got a big
Yeah,
response to that,
absolutely,
didn't we?
a huge...
Jacqueline, it's always great to see you.
Thank you.
Very much indeed.
Are we living in some 1984 Orwellian dystopia? Feminists want to ban the word bossy. Apparently it hurts the feelings of bossy women. As Orwell demonstrated, if you control the language, you can control the thought. Stop thinking, bossy woman. Don't say, bossy woman. Even if she is, well, bossy. Eventually you will not be able to.